This week I'm taking you to my least favourite hole. Should probably never say that about your home course, but the 6th here at Southwick probably is my least favourite. For no reason. I mean, look, when you design a course, you should build 6 medium, 6 easy, 6 hard holes, and this would be considered a very easy hole. Only 284 yards, that's a couple of 142 yard hits. Being out here lately with a few playing lessons, people are just way too aggressive on this hole. Look at this tee shot as a par 3. Try and find that space between the 2 bunkers. It will be the biggest par 3 green you ever tried to hit. And then from there, let's try and leave ourselves a 100-yard shot into the green and make this one of the safest holes you can play, rather than having to go with a long club, maybe squeezing it to the left or the right, bringing the bunkers into play. It's the least thing you should do, I think. So I can see my phone shaking in the wind here. So I've got 6 instead of 7. I think 7 is probably would be my weapon of choice, but because it's just that little bit windier, I'm going to hit a 6 down here. No one likes my big divots, but it is on the fairway. Always an interesting thing, divots. And I do take a big divot when I hit the ball. It means I'm hitting down hard on an iron shot. It does some good and some bad for you, I guess. It always gives you quite a lot of backspin because as you're hitting down on it, you're obviously making the ball spin backwards quickly. Yeah, sometimes maybe you get one a little bit fatter and you don't get the full distance, but yeah, so the 6th hole is very narrow, obviously. There's all the, there's a hole in one here, wasn't there, last year? Old Hamish, who hits it out of sight, had a hole in one here. But how many times can you pull that off with your driver being that straight and not miss it slightly left or right? And to be honest with you, the big problem that I've got with it all is how far away you leave yourself from the flag. So what I think you want is a full shot in, something you can get a reasonable amount of spin on. And I think probably most of you would back yourself to hit a 100-yard shot pretty much on the green. I would like to think I'm going to have a good go at that. So I think what you should take off the tee is a club that doesn't bring the left-hand bunker into play and leaves you in the area towards the bunker on the right. And that should leave you the right type of shot in. So yeah, let's see if we can deal with that. I don't know how many yards I've got left. I think it's probably, I don't know, it's probably less than 100 to be honest. It's probably more like, it's probably more like 80. Right. Okay. Because I want to keep the spin on this shot, I'm going to hit sand iron, so I've got a 54. I could hit in maybe my gap and try and not hit it so hard, but I think because of the way this green is, you want to keep some spin on it. Yeah, okay, let's go. I genuinely was really admiring that in the air. I thought that was all over the flag. I haven't even reached the green. So, keeping the videos honest, I'm going to carry on going. And let's talk about this little, what looks like a little chip and run really. Who knows? If you walk up to it positive, it's the sort of shot you could hold really. Group pins right at the front. No excuse, but yeah, it's actually a good little shot. Just I haven't had a chance to hit the ball today. They're my first 2 shots of the day, so should have a little warm up. Okay, yeah, it'll be all right. Definitely going to come off here with a par at best. Worst. I'm going to donk this close. Okay. A shot worth talking about, actually. A shot worth talking about because there's definitely a lot of you that would putt this, and maybe you could putt it. The only problem with putting it is there is a little rough area just short of the green, which I want to carry. Have these few swishes. You've got to try and feel this distance. Where do I want to land the ball is the whole key to this. Whenever you have a chipping lesson, forget about the flag, think about your landing area, and it's somewhere in there, I think. It'll probably kick a bit left and then hopefully run out towards the hole. So back in the stance a little bit, hands ahead, weight on the left foot. Should do. Won't need to putt that one. Okay, so 6th hole, just all I think about is just a hole not to be aggressive on. I know I've come up short there, but it's definitely better than me trying to squeeze a 3-wood or driver, come down in this right-hand rough or leave myself an awkward distance. So if you want to talk about course management and get yourself a playing lesson, I'm here for you. So carrying on the theme of course management, and in this little corner of the course, I don't want to make myself sound like I'm just all about being a defensive golfer. It's more about picking your battles at the right time on the right hole with the right course. So we played the 6th very cautiously, medium iron, sand iron, you know, just break that hole down. Now back here on 8, the wind's helping us a bit. It's quite short. Maybe I can almost get the green with the right sort of shot. I should have probably gone off the medals, to be honest with you, but I'm finding myself on this forward tee, so I'm just going to try and really let the wind help me, and I'm going to set it out. I've teed it up quite high. I'm going to set it out down the left towards those big trees to the left of the green, and honestly I'm going to see how near I can get to the green. Now just one little mini tip for you. Never be surprised where the flag is, especially on a hole like this. We've walked past it, so I think every time you play here, have a little glance over and see where the flag is, because that could affect your second shot in, especially if the flag's up on that top tee. You probably want to leave yourself with enough spin, for want of a better word. So let's have a go at this one and see what we can do. I'm sort of half in love, half not in love with this Stealth driver. Almost pulled the 3-wood out because I really like it, and this one is, sometimes it's me, it's not the club obviously, so right, let's give it a go. So, tree on the left, I'm going to hit it at the tree and let the wind blow it. I'm not going to try and fight the wind. Teed it up quite high. All right, could have caught it a bit better, but I did exactly what I said I was going to do. So started on that tree, didn't fight the wind. Sometimes that's the thing you just have to do with really windy conditions. I mean, it's not blowing a gale out today, but it's a noticeable, I think what you call this is a 1-club wind, so it'll affect a normal shot by 1 club. But it'll certainly affect your driver when it gets to over 100 feet in the air above all the trees that were sort of you're protected by, but the ball isn't protected by it once it gets in the air. So defend one, attack one now. So hopefully I can, yeah, have I got anything to talk to you about? Yeah, I think I have actually. So obviously foremost in the buying group that I'm a member of is on free fitting, free lesson. There is no obligation at all for you to buy anything, it's just a free fitting. So don't come thinking I'm going to give you the hard sale. I think that is honestly the main difference between me and you going to the high street retailer. They're sales driven, they need to, they're under pressure for you to leave with a sale. Me, I've got to see you again. I want you to be in the best equipment I think I could get you into at the time, and then the rest is down to you, I guess. So free fitting, free lesson. The free lesson comes in form of, obviously that's after you've purchased normally, and we just have a little get together and see what the clubs are like and see if there's any gaps in the set. you know, especially if you get sort of short irons and wedges, are they all as they should be? So that's normally what that's in for. So if you want an iron fitting, it's going to probably take us 40 minutes, I think, to do it properly. If it needs a bit hour, always block off an hour just in case we need a little bit longer. Sometimes you've got to be careful not to pigeonhole people, but a lot of people fitting isn't necessarily too bizarre. You know, it could be quite a standard fit, like almost off the shelves, but that is a fitting. But on top of that, there's always the grips to look at, the shaft weight, where the shaft flex is. You know, do you hit it high or hit it low? I'm looking for my ball while I'm talking to you. I can't see it. I thought I was going to just walk up to it. Probably in the hole. Probably isn't. Yeah, so that's that. I think it must just be short of the green here somewhere in the semi. So it's a tricky little entrance into the green, obviously. Oh, it's just short of the green. Not bad. 1 metre left gave me a better lie. If I'd have caught it a bit better, I could have reached the green. So a safe attack right now. We've got a really tricky little chip here because if I leave it, okay, let's just keep talking course management. 1, assess your lie, right? So that's made my decision on the club. I'm going to go with my gap wedge again, because what I need on this is it's going to have to release out up that slope. I can't pitch it high and do this. I've got to run it in a little bit. So similar type of shot as I played on the 6th, but I need to pitch it further up the green, let it run up that slope. They're the crucial, feel the grass. What does that feel like? Is that going to really drag my club? Is it going to, you know, how does it feel? It's really important. And then get all that wet grass off, because that's like a little barrier between you and the club. So landing spot, halfway up the green, metre or 2 to the right of the flag. That's my plan. So bad. It's on that top tier. I'm gonna have another one just while I'm out here. You may never see this video, by the way. You may never see it. Just a poor shot, just left the face a bit too open, just poor. Got to practice more, Miles. Yeah, most people can do it the second time, can't they? I think the protection of this hole is probably the green. You know, there's certain places where if they cut the pin front left or something like that, you've got a seriously difficult hole. Right, so I'm going to give myself that second one. Well, I probably wouldn't make it, but I'm going to still have a go at this first one. Okay, first short putter in about 15 years. It's actually the first time it's been on the course. Line up a little bit. Okay. So I've had an arm lock putter. It's in the shop if someone wants to buy it. And I just thought I've got to go back to a shorter putter at some point. So let's just have a little tilty down here at this. So maybe a little bit from the right, I think. Coward. Thanks for watching. Not my finest hour with that chip, but it's a relatively safe way to play the hole by whacking your driver up there. I don't think it needs a... the only time I would play more defensive on that hole is if the pin was in that front position. I might want to just leave myself something that I can get some spin on, like a 3/4 sand iron, something that I can stop into the green. So thanks for watching, hope you all enjoyed that, and see you all again soon.